Hey, and welcome back once again. Thanks for joining us at the Englewood Enterprise Gallery show that we like to call the Shy Rise Show. And as we say all the time, Shy Rise, not Chirac. And thank you for joining us this wonderful Wednesday. It's a nice day out. And I have one of our favorite guests joining us once again, Dr. Lauren Meeks. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Lauren. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Great. It's always a pleasure. You know, we love networking and connecting with heavy people doing heavy things in the community. Awesome work that you're doing. And I want to commend you because you continue to inspire a lot of people, a lot of melanated queens out there, a lot of brothers like myself. You know, a lot of individuals with positive, uplifting things and encouragement in what they're doing. Thank you once again.
Thank you for
having me. Yes. And for those of you who this might be your first time seeing our show, we are the Englewood Enterprise Gallery. You can catch us at our new location on 35th and Racine at the Bridgeport Arts Center, or Bridgeport Artist Loft, as we like to say. And also, please send us an email at enterprisegallery@gmail.com if you'd like to connect with us or get more information. You can always like us on Facebook as well. And of course, our website is EnglewoodEnterpriseGallery.com. That's EnglewoodEnterpriseGallery.com. All right. So, man, we have an exciting show today. A lot of wonderful guests. We got Dr. Lauren. We got some also special guests coming on after Dr. Lauren. It's just going to be jam-packed with excitement. So I'm going to jump right to it with no further delay. Dr. Lauren.
Yes.
The last time you were with us, we talked about a lot going on, a lot of the work that you do in the community. I like to consider you the leader of the Melanated Queen movement, or the Melanated Queens movement. And before we get too deep into that, maybe you can tell us and remind us, what is a Melanated Queen and the part that you play in the promoting of Melanated Queens?
Well, it started as me as a black woman feeling like I needed to share some of the ideas and the thoughts that I had that either no one was asking about or no one knew that I had, period. And so melanated meaning a black woman and a queen, because I believe we all come from royalty, you know.
Yes.
And I knew that would resonate with black women because, you know, I mean, everyone wants to feel special, and we are special.
Yes.
And so why not? And so I wrote a book called Confessions of a Melanated Queen, which evolved to Melanated Queen Productions, and we're doing a lot of work behind that. So,
yes. I actually had the pleasure of attending the Melanated Queen Awards.
Yes.
You know, that is awesome. And I know the last time we talked, like you were just saying earlier, you were working on the documentary.
Yes.
Or the documentary was an idea.
It was.
And that was just like, what, maybe 6 months ago?
6 months ago, maybe.
It wasn't too long ago. It's amazing. You moving at light speed, Dr. Lauren.
Quickly.
It's a blessing, you know. So you know you got the power of the Creator behind you when you're able to make so many awesome moves for yourself, for your family, and for so many awesome people to inspire them. You know, I'm not a real emotional brother, but I almost shed a tear at the Melanated Queen Awards. I was very touched, you know, by just the impact that you have on a lot of the women that were there.
Yeah, it was an emotional day. I think
was.
We all were kind of taken back. I did not expect that, but that's what happens when you allow things to happen organically, you know. And we celebrated 22 magnificent women who are doing great things in the community. That's what it's all about, the community.
Yes. So, like you say, the community, what was kind of like the criteria of the women who were the awardees? Well,
we were looking for women who are servant leaders in their community. So, years ago, a man named Robert Greenleaf coined a term called servant leadership. And what that means is that to be a leader in terms of transitioning from that old school top down, I'm the leader, I do everything, I'm responsible for this, you do what I say, to grassroots, putting other people first. And so these are women who are either educators, they're therapists, they're physicians, they're women who just go out and make sandwiches for the people in the community. You know, they service our homeless neighbors. Women who are just doing great things to make sure that they empower and change the climate of their communities. And so, of course, it was very difficult to identify because there's so many people. We were surprised, so many women doing great things. And so we had over 85 nominations, and 25 of those, about 26, 27 of those women responded. Some of them were out of town, they couldn't make it, you know, and so we were able to mail off their awards to them. We had women from Las Vegas, but women who are doing great things. And so it boiled down to us having 22 women on stage, and it was just a wonderful experience. And I still can't get over it. We're doing it again for our Black men this fall.
Wow.
So, yes,
Okay, so would that be Melanated Kings? Did I get that right?
Awards,
okay.
yes.
That is
Same
awesome.
thing.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Man, so it's really about, exposing the community to a lot of these unsung heroes or heroines, should I
Sure.
say, if I said that right. The good heroine, not the bad ones,
Right.
But
She rose.
yes, she rose.
She
She
rose.
rose. That is awesome. So also, you've also you in the works of you've already broke ground, or you're in the works of breaking the ground on a space where women, melanated queens, are able to come together, and men, can come together and network on
Absolutely.
business concepts, get educated,
Yes.
and engage the community as well, right? Is that correct?
I'm excited. I had a vision for this about 2 years ago, but it hit home about a year ago when I started my podcast, and I had no place to go. There was no space for me to go and record. I mean, I could do it at home, but it wasn't the same. And I would go to the local library, and you can't get loud in the library. So, and sometimes these podcasts, you're having a great conversation. So I found the need for a space where I was encouraged and I can be creative and I can be motivated. And I didn't have that. And so they exist, but they're not always in Chicago. They're not always in Illinois, and they don't always look the way we need them to look in order for us to be at our best.
Right.
So I decided to go ahead and move forward with it. And so Melanated Queen Productions now has a co-working space and a social space that we are going to hopefully open sometime this summer, but we're in the works.
Yes.
We're getting it together, and we have the community in mind.
Yes. Oh man, it's I know time is, we dealing with so much, and time is of the essence. So I hate to feel like I'm rushing through, because you got so much powerful stuff going on. But you were telling me about your background. We were talking about that before. I know we talked about it before. It's in education as well as in not-for-profits and things like that.
Absolutely.
Maybe you could tell me a little bit more about that and your service to the community.
Sure. I spent the first 8 years of my career on a college campus at a community college. And so everything that I do has been based on the community. So I worked for a local community college for 8 years, where I served as an academic advisor. I was an administrator over a program for low-income first-generation students. Then I transitioned into community-based work, where I worked with high school students and college students who have matriculated through a long-term program, and we were providing support for them. In the last few years, I have been working in workforce development, and so youth ages 16 and 24, helping them find jobs, helping them find vocational training, whatever they need to get on their feet. And so everything I do is about the community, and I really enjoy that, and it motivates me to want to do more. And so I still work my 9 to 5. I still do that. I still go out there. I travel over to the west side, and I do some work, and it's really been very, very humbling, I'll say that.
Well, a lot of times, when we working to build things, we got to attempt not attempt, but we got to keep more than one iron in the fire, as the elders used to say.
Yes.
Just to keep things moving until what our real passion is really takes off and skyrockets, One other thing I wanted to ask you about, we talked about the space. Let me check my cheat sheet right here. Okay. The documentary.
Yes.
Right. So did I ask you about the documentary?
Well, we brought up the fact that it was just an idea in December.
Right. So the documentary is coming, right?
It's coming. We actually finished filming last month, and it's in post-production right now. And so I'm hoping that people can see the pilot episode very soon. And it's just an extension of everything else that I'm doing. But this first episode is about college, and should we send our children to college? And I think that's what we were talking about when I was here last time.
Right.
And just having a number of options for our youth so that they don't all feel like they have to travel the same path.
Yes. Options. It's good to have options. Man, Dr. Lauren, is so much powerful information. Once again, we are the Englewood Enterprise Gallery. We, our mission is to uplift humanity using arts and creativity. And that's why I call you the leader of the Melanated Queens movement, because it's a movement. It's so many different components of what it is that you're doing, Dr. Lauren. It's some awesome stuff. I'm going to play a quick video, and I know it's like we just sped through this like Speedy Gonzalez, but I'm going to definitely have to have you back on the show. Also, I had the honor of being on the podcast, and I got the opportunity to talk, even though I'm obviously not a melanated queen in that sense, but I appreciated you giving me, as a melanated king, that opportunity to talk more about what we do at the Englewood Enterprise Gallery. So that was that last February?
Yeah, that was just a couple of months ago.
Okay, so that was in the February. So you can check out me, Brother Medina, on the Melanated Queen podcast, one of the February editions, and that's on the...
Yeah, you can find it on Apple, Anchor, at confessionsofmelanaqueen.com.
Okay.
You have a wonderful picture there of yourself.
Awesome. That was a good shot. I appreciate it. You made me look like a real professional, Dr. Lauren. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us again. I'm going to play a quick video. We got a special treat coming, and I'm going to surprise you. So just check out this video. Feel free to call in 312-738-1060 if you would like to make a question or comment. Check out this video and let us know what you think. All right. There we go. Almost there. Bam.
Monkey in the middle? In the middle. I want to be in the middle.
Englewood Enterprise Gallery. Yeah, we're having a little technical difficulties there with that, so I'll try to bring that back as soon as I can get that to play, so I had to just go straight in. Surprise! We got Back in the Days, I guess, now. I'm the other co-host here. I'm Queen Zenobia. This is...
Hi, I'm Mike Specs. Nice to meet you.
Are.
I'm Awesome AC Wolf.
And together we three are Back in the Days crew.
One long word with a Z.
That's right. No spaces in the middle. Yeah, Google worthy, YouTube worthy, Instagram. I'm still working on Twitter. We got Twitter, but I'm going to try to get with that Twitter thing. Yeah, it looks like there was a little internet snap right there with that video we can come back with. But I had a little bit of things. I want to thank Dr. Lauren Meeks for coming on, and she had discussed some things that we kind of discussed as a group. She was talking about community service. And so I thought I would pose a question to say, what does community service mean to you, and how does it connect to hip-hop? Is that too deep?
Absolutely not. For us, come on.
I just had to dive right in. Okay. Let me know what you think. Go ahead.
Well, it started in the community, you know.
Okay.
They had to make a way for themselves as far as art is concerned. You know, plugging in the street lamps and bringing the tables out. Had B-boys working on the street, and the DJs providing the tunes and doing what they do, which basically evolved to what we know as hip-hop now. But they had to kind of make the way to do that before it was in the clubs and before it became popular in that sense. Okay. And so they basically made something out of nothing. And so the community was involved, you know, and embraced their community that way.
I agree. Community service, inspiration, and hip-hop.
Yeah. Hip-hop's definitely been a voice for the voiceless, you know, for a long time.
Okay.
The CNN of the hood, as referred to by Chuck D,
right.
You know.
Yeah.
And in my life, hip-hop's always been something that I can go to. I feel I have a voice. Otherwise, I would feel like, you know, like I'm nothing, you know, a lot of the time, you know.
Right.
Because we're forced to work these jobs and all this stuff. You know, but hip-hop's something that we're serving the community with and telling the community what our true ideas are. Going back to what Dr. Lauren was talking about, you know, like telling the community ideas that they would never have heard otherwise because they're not going to hear it on these on the regular media outlets.
Agreed.
You know, that's why hip-hop's really important.
Definitely.
You know?
It was an extracurricular activity, you know, instead of trying to get into gangs, which I wasn't really interested in gangs. I had hip-hop. I was backpacking it and graffiti canning it and rhyme booking it and peace booking it. And those were the good old days. But they're still around. There are kids today that still drawing peace books and do community service and volunteer. I just volunteered with the homeless a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
as a group, we volunteered for some events a couple of years in a row as well.
Yeah, we do that regularly.
Right.
Yeah, it's really important, you know, because it's a voice for the kids too, you know, like if we're not feeding the kids anything, and we don't give them a voice, then they feel like, you know, they don't have a voice, and then there's no future. So hip hop's really important, and hip hop nowadays is the voice of the youth. Like the kids don't listen to the church no more. The kids don't listen to pastors no more. The kids don't listen. You know what I mean? Like
they listen to
hip hop.
Yeah.
So it's really important that we put these messages out. And
maybe that's why Kanye has a church service on Sundays. No pun intended. What makes Back in the Day stand out?
We rep Chirac and we rep the Zulu, So that's one thing that really stands out as far as Chicago hip hop,
I think we think out of the box. I mean, like, if there was a box, we ain't in it. That's what I was saying.
I think that we're a unique crew.
Okay.
When we look at it, a lot of female performers, they use a lot of sensuality and sexuality to become popular. Well, you take you take a different route. You rhyme with your clothes on. You use your actual vocabulary and voice and thoughts to project who you are. I think that's big. I think we talk about some things that are political, where some people may shy away from those things because their goal may be to be popular, where we're just trying to say how we really feel. We got political views and also social views that we speak on.
Yeah, we do.
And so those things may not deemed popular, And so who wants to talk about that? Well, we do.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right, like we talk about the elements of hip-hop culture too in our raps, which might seem kind of corny, but we're talking about DJing, we're talking about breaking, we're talking about graffiti. Imagine that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're talking about the neighborhood, what happens on the block.
Right.
What's happening in our community, what's happening outside our community. The power of how we can unite as one. Look, if y'all listening or just tuned in, give us a call. Our call-in line is 312-738-1060. And also, that's who y'all listening to. Guess how y'all have been pleasured with the Englewood Enterprise Gallery. We're located at 35th and Racine. enterprisegallery@gmail.com. Send us an email. You want to be our guest? We got like 3 more weeks left. Come on back now. Look, I'm going to play that video again a little later, but I'm enjoying this conversation. Let's see here. I have wrote a lot of stuff down. I'm trying not to get too deep, but definitely we are a deep group. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm interviewing and I know the answer. This is interesting. How did Back in the Days become a group? How did we meet, or how would I kind of better phrase that question? How did we form? That is it.
Yeah, it was organic. It wasn't like, planned per se. It was just organic,
Agreed.
Yeah, I know me and Mike, we found out that we lived blocks away from each other,
Yeah.
And we had known each other for a while. Like, really? You're that close, And of course, you and I, we had known each other, and he was trying to get some recording done,
Yeah, I was having recording issues, but Specs got me. He got my back.
Right.
That's right.
Yep. So she can drop her first album.
That's right. 5 years ago.
African
I'm so
House.
excited. Yeah.
History.
Absolutely. So, guys, we got a show coming up. Back in the Days, we'll be performing our first show this year, June 8th. It's going to be at the Bop Biz Center, 644 East 79th Street, 6 p.m. I think it's a $10 cover. There's going to be some comedians, and there's an R&B singer, and we are bringing the hip-hop vibe. So hip-hop, R&B, and some comedy. Come on out to the Bop Biz Center, June 8th. Yeah. Oh, y'all want to see a video? Let's see the video. Let's see a couple
Will it
minutes.
play?
Oh, it's going to play. Now, see all that white space I got? I got it. All right. Yeah, totally. Oh, I think I know how to fix it. What was all this extra stuff? I need that one.
Back in the days when I was a teenager. Back in the days when I was a teenager. Back in the days when I was a teenager. Back in the days when I was back.
I reminisce to a time when it all started. Just a freestyle, a beat out from marching. Just a tag and name, the soul of an artist. Just a rapper, scratch a light out the darkness. It was July 2nd, 1980. 2611 Glen Lake, a newborn baby. Gonna rip these microphone ounce crazy. Chicago, Illinois, where you can locate me. Been dreaming ever since I was a short hey. Used to get high, started recording from the night back into the morning. I knew when I was young, hip hop was my calling. Building with the family like
Colin, thanks for calling in. Englewood Enterprise Gallery. Go ahead with your question or comment.
My comment is, back in the days is a dope-ass crew. You guys do what you do, and you come through.
Hey, thanks for calling.
I enjoy your comment.
For sure.
What's your favorite back in the day song, caller?
Really?
Come on, Sweets. What's your favorite song?
Is back in the days when I was a teenager.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. Don't play me on the phone like I know I read your mind. We got a lot of jams. I know you jam with us.
We got Chi-Town Sweets on the air.
Family.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
y'all,
your support.
You all look good. I hear what you're saying. Community work, everything. You asked the question, like, what can we do as a community within the hip hop, to help people out? Just be there and support everybody. Help the community. You guys are dope. Just wanted to say you guys are dope.
All right, sis. Thank you. Hope to see you at our show on June 8th.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Keep it rolling.
We sure will.
Thanks for the positive energy.
Oh, yeah. Positive energy. While I was on the show, people were like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm on the show. Oh, okay, I'm going to call in right now. So we might get another caller that we might know. I'm not sure. We will see. But, hey.
That's part of the community, us at least knowing each other,
That's true.
Because what's the point of being cliquey, being in various groups, and you're in the same area, but people don't mesh with each other? That's a lot of times what needs to happen,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of beautiful things can come from that, If I'm growing wheat, and you got hens and you got eggs, but we never collaborate with each other, we could never make bread. So things like that could happen, if we kind of get to know each other, get to know your neighbor.
Make it
You have to
happen.
get to know your neighbor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, these are my neighbors. Yeah, but we don't live next to each other. But we work with each other musically to share knowledge with the youth, with the community, and with our peers. Yeah. I think that sounds like what I wanted to say. It's like I'm the host and I'm being interviewed. No, I can do it.
Double duty.
Double duty. All right, let's see what I want to touch on.
Who are you? I'm Queen Z. Nice to meet you. Oh.
That's right, absolutely. Oh, wait, I got to open up the other page. Okay, we talked about community service.
KRS-One had a song like that when he interviewed himself.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. I have to check that out. Right, I don't think I heard it either.
I might have. I've heard a lot of KRS.
Yeah, I've got a lot of his catalog.
So what else? Z, what other questions? What other questions you got?
Well, there's a lot of things going on. Some people think as hip hop artists or as rap artists, they don't have to be a role model. What is your partake on that topic?
I think going back to the conversation we were having earlier, that rappers are the new role models for our generation. So that there's no way you could say that you're not a role model because you're obviously everything to this kid nowadays.
Okay. Agreed.
Rappers are everything to kids nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want to be them.
Yeah.
So I know when I was a kid, I looked up to the rappers. You know what I mean? That's why I looked up to the breakers, the DJs, hip hop.
All right,
community.
1 minute left. That is great.
Real quick, when I hear people say that, I feel like they try to ditch the responsibility. we all have that power to influence each other. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Where some person may say, I don't do this anymore because it's not good for me, and then you know them and you see what they're doing, and then you pick up on that. But if you say, oh, I'm not a role model, then in other words, you kind of want to do whatever you want, but you don't want the negative influence that you may have to say that it's on me.
Agreed.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Every Wednesday, 6 p.m., Englewood Enterprise Gallery, Channel 21. I'll see y'all next week. Peace, love, happiness. Art can shape humanity. Any information about any topics that were discussed today, you can follow it on our Facebook page or our Instagram page. I'm Queen Zenobia. This is Mike Specs, Awesome AC Wolf. Us three are back in the days. Thank you to our previous guest, Dr. Lauren Meeks, and our previous co-host, Medina.